Hello, everybody.
Hey guys, welcome back.
I have been waiting to get to the next episode of Mad Men.
Yeah, remember, I was on vacation last week, so
Yes.
it's been 2 weeks since we've watched. So we really had to put it on pause,
Yeah.
which is hard to do with a lot of these shows, including this one,
Especially
because
this
man, I feel like like we're doing The West Wing
one.
too, and I feel like The West Wing is an all-time great television
Yeah.
series
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like we're only 2 seasons in on a 7 season show, right?
But still, it's so compelling.
It's so good,
Yeah.
but I honestly feel like this is probably the best written and structured
Yeah.
show maybe I've ever watched.
Possibly.
You know what I mean?
Truly. I mean,
Yeah,
we're only 3 seasons deep, but
right.
I
We're
mean,
about halfway through the run. We're like on episode 8 of season 3 here.
it is as strong as any show I've seen. I'd put
Yeah,
it up there against Breaking Bad. I
I
mean,
put up yeah,
with
against anything.
Succession,
Yeah, I would
it's
too.
just as good as these shows, and it provides us with so much conversation, so much thought.
Well,
It's amazing.
it's just so nuanced and there's so
Yeah.
many layers going on. And
Yeah.
and honestly, it's the job of the audience. Like nothing is laid out.
Yeah.
Nothing is served up on a silver
Sure.
platter. There's nothing transparent, right?
Yeah.
It's like you've got to work for it, but
You do.
the levels of what's going on here. Like I'm still amazed by I mean we watched them both at the same week, so it kind of feels the same episode, but
Yeah.
the a man walks into an ad agency,
Yeah. That was
the
amazing episode.
there was
Might be the
so
best
many
episode of the show so far.
there were so many layers to that
Yeah.
in the like the horror and the comedy that they
Yeah.
blended in that and called it out for that.
Somebody
Um,
said that when they're in the hospital at the very end and Joan is there with the blood spattered
yeah,
vest, that was kind of like a foreshadowing to the JFK assassination.
sure,
And I was like, all right, cool. Yeah,
yeah.
that's good foreshadowing. But it's jam packed full of stuff like
There's
that, though. You
so
know what I
many
mean?
right the stuff with Oliver, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I love a tragedy with a happy ending, which is what the episode
That's
was.
exactly what it
Don
was.
calls it a tragedy when they're in the hospital.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy, but it works out for everybody else. This show you can talk. That's the thing about this show, man. There's so much going on. You could talk about one of these episodes for an hour, right?
Every single
I could
one.
we could have a discussion about the if we took notes, we could have a discussion about the
Yeah.
episode as long as the episode itself easy
Easily.
because there's so much going on.
We can start a separate podcast about that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah, exactly.
and every single episode too. We haven't watched a single episode where we haven't had a thoughtful conversation at the end of it.
Yeah, and we barely scratched the surface
Yeah, I know.
because there's just so much to this.
And that's the one thing. I'm so glad that I mean, nowhere near the end of the show yet. You
Right,
know?
right. We still got like 60% of the show left, I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
I think so. And
Um,
going forward, we have a lot of interesting aspects set up. I mean,
that's a lot set up. I want to see the one character I want to see more of, and I don't know if we do or not. Um, the real Don Draper's wife in California.
yes, yep,
I
yep.
can't remember her name. Mrs. Draper, but I don't remember her first
It's
name.
not Sally, is it?
No, no, no.
No, Sally's no. I can't remember her name either.
Anna. Is it
Anna?
Anna? Like Anna or Amy, something like that?
I think it's Anna.
I think it's
I
Anna.
think it's Anna.
Anna Draper. I'm very interested in like how she gets from you're stealing my husband's identity to being clearly almost like a family member to Dawn at this point, you know?
I would love
To
to
our
see
Dawn. Yeah.
another episode where she comes back.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm hoping we get more of her for sure.
Also, around this point in the season, Don's starting to lose it a little bit.
Yeah.
We kind of saw that in the last episode. I wonder if he does this once a season, kind of spiral and then
Yeah,
go off
I
and do
think
something.
Yeah, Don is we know for one thing about Don is he's a runaway kind of guy,
Yeah,
right? Um, and he's not paying attention at home where it looks like Betty is at least dipping her toes in the water of it.
she's
I will s-
entertaining that idea.
I would say an emotional affair, you
Oh
know,
yeah, for sure. Which
um,
is so
with Henry from the governor's office.
yeah. I mean, that is completely fair. She's
Right.
definitely emotionally cheating on her. You see her laying on the couch that he bought for her, and she's kind of feeling
Right.
herself up a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is fair. He's an emotionally distant man, and you know what?
Yeah.
The two of them probably don't need to be together.
I don't think they do. I don't hate either one of them for it,
Yeah.
but I don't think either one of them should be together either. The other really interesting thing from the last episode, or noteworthy thing, I guess, everything's interesting,
Yeah.
is um, Peggy hooking up with Duck
That's,
sexually.
I I am so disappointed
Well,
in her.
and again, this is bias from us. Obviously, we just do not like Duck Phillips as a
Hate Duck Phillips.
person. The performance is great. I can't remember the actor's name. I remember he's in Platoon.
He's in Platoon.
He plays the same kind of smarmy guy in
He's a good
Platoon.
heel. He's an
Yeah,
amazing
he's a
heel.
great heel, and he can really rock a turtleneck like no man I've ever seen. That is a Rock Hudson turtleneck rocking man right there.
I just feel they missed out on an opportunity to have him, like, the morning after when they're laying in bed and you realize it's
Still
done.
have the turtleneck on.
Still have the turtleneck on. You know what I mean?
Make it be a dickie.
Yeah, exactly.
When the jacket's off,
Yeah,
it's just the dicky.
Matthew Weiner, you dropped the ball on that one. Sorry.
Right. Sorry, Mr. Weiner.
Come on,
We're
Matt.
better writers than you, clearly.
Yeah, yeah.
God. But yeah, and I don't know what this means for Peggy. I don't care what it means for Duck, because like
Yeah,
I said, I don't feel like Duck has a future at Sterling Cooper at all.
yeah.
I don't think there's a way for him to weasel his way back in.
He's trying to work his way from the outside in, right?
But
You know,
for sure, he's trying to poach their
he's
employees.
bringing
He's trying to
gifts.
right.
Yeah,
He's trying to stick it to Dawn is what he's trying to do,
yeah,
which is why he went after Pete and why he went after
yeah.
Peggy
His two
because
closest allies.
these are two these are two people who really look up to Dawn at Sterling
Yeah.
Cooper who owe a lot to Dawn.
Well, I say the devil always comes bearing gifts, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I mean, but also here's the thing too. Don is not in a. He doesn't have any leverage anymore. Bert was like, "All right, you know what?
I
You're gonna sign
love
this
that.
contract."
That was such a great moment with I mean Bert Cooper has had like he's a character when you hear people talk about the show, they don't talk enough about Bert Cooper.
No, they really don't. Honestly, he's a
And
great
they
supporting actor.
need to because it is such a great character. I love everything he says when he's on the show. He's brought us so many like iconic moments on the show,
He
and
has.
that was one of them, right?
I would
Would
say so. Yeah.
what the line? I think the line was like, "Wouldn't you say I know something about you or something like that?"
Yeah.
Like, look, you don't want to sign a contract. I'm letting you work here, and I know you're a fraud.
Yeah.
You're not who you say you are. Because he says, like, in the end, who's really signing this contract anyway?
And I don't think Bert would not. He would not have done that unless he had to.
It's important to him that Don is
On
locked
board.
in,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure there's like a non-complete because I mentioned the non-compete at
Yeah.
one point, so that I'm sure that's there, so he can't quit and go work somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Bert's like, we're screwed here.
Yeah,
We need you.
we need you. Yeah,
We need to-
without you, we don't have Sterling Cooper.
And that's also interesting. But also, you're kind of on, Don's side because it's his show, obviously.
Right.
But at the same time,
You're
you're
gonna
like,
be. It's the show is written that you ride with Dawn.
It's
It
3
is
years.
written that way.
it's
Yeah,
3 years, Don.
right.
Bang it out. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
If things go to hell in a handbasket, I
It's
mean,
3 years.
get going.
Even his wife is like, sign the damn thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Now,
I see where Cooper's coming from, though. I'm kind of on Cooper's side on that. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you won't sign a contract with us. Look what you have here, and what we're giving you, in the leeway you've gotten.
it's a huge raise.
He gets a huge raise. He's blown off clients because he slept with them. I mean, there have been times that Sterling Cooper has really been there for Don.
No, Don's the man, and he's
Mhm.
very savvy. But at the same time, he's made some mistakes.
He's made some
quite a few
mistakes.
mistakes. So I think this is an extra layer of security. But at the
Right.
same time, he's got to hope that they don't screw up anymore.
Right?
And so I think we're going to see more of a team-based,
Yeah.
interaction going forward. But at the same time, this wouldn't be Mad Men if there wasn't a lot of hiccups
Right.
around the way. So
Yeah. I'm kind of curious if having Duck in there, kind of weaseling his way in,
Yeah.
at least plot wise,
what's he got planned?
by sleeping with Peggy, is what's his next move? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is he in love with Peggy? I don't think so.
I
think
think saying he is to like get something out of it.
well, it was. I think didn't he say something along the lines of like, I didn't even notice before until now
I hate him.
how perfect you are.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I honestly, and this
old
is just
man
me,
kids.
I think he slept with Peggy subconsciously because he thinks Don has.
I think so
And I,
too.
and,
yeah.
I
think so
I
too.
think because both Pete and she turned him down for his job offer,
Yeah.
that was the last way he could screw Don is by screwing the girl that he thinks Don is screwing.
Doc, what an idiot.
Which makes Duck just a weasel. Sleep with who you want. I'm sure Peggy, she has autonomy too. She didn't have to. She wanted to. Good for her for doing what she wants. But screw Duck because it was just that it was just that his motivations are so adolescent and insecure.
Yeah, it's you're exactly right. It's all insecurity with
Right.
Duck. He's insecure.
I mean, so's
moment
Dawn
when-
in a different way.
Yeah, but
Dawn's
Duck wears it on
problems.
he wears it on his sleeve.
Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of like when Pete early on tried to be Dawn. Don has so many flaws,
Yeah.
but he overcomes them by being Don. These other guys try to be Don,
Yeah.
and they can't do it.
Even Roger tried it.
Roger, Duck, and Pete have all tried to be Don, and
He's
they
like-
can't do it
he's like, "Oh,
because you are not Don.
He's like, I got this.
Right.
I'm
So when everybody tries, it really kind of for me
Yeah.
exposes a lot of Don's flaws.
Yeah.
Like these guys are pathetic, but they can't pull it off because they're not as cool as Don.
That's the show, man.
Right.
Ultimately, it's like the whole show is about watch this guy be perfect at everything, but he also like his personal life's a mess.
He's a,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Don is a mess, and Don has a lot of unlikable qualities, but he overcomes them
He's
by
still the best.
being Don. He's the Steve McQueen of television, man.
Yeah,
Just
he is the Steve McQueen.
he's just
That's
that.
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's all about I am that cool, and you can't argue with me about it.
I'm gonna buy a Don Draper T-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know, right? It's
Don
like
for
I mean,
president.
he's the silhouette on the show, and you know who it is right when you see it, right?
I mean, you honestly believe he could do anything. I mean,
Yeah.
he really could. He is such a chameleon. He could
He
literally
could do anything. He can talk his way in and out of anything. I mean, and he's so cool and comes across as confident. And
Yeah.
I don't know how much he really is because he runs away from things.
I know. Well, also on top of everything else we have going on, we've got the teacher that is
Right.
also trying to get her way in there too. So I wonder if Don caves, and you know what
I
think
think
is
he's
gonna
going
happen?
to.
I think he's gonna find out about Betty and Henry, and I think that's gonna be he's like, oh, okay, well if you're doing that, I'm doing this.
I think Dawn's going to sleep with the teacher, not because because he's not going after her. That's
Yeah.
pretty clear. She's going after him. But remember the flight attendant at the very beginning of the season?
Yep.
He didn't want her, but he did it anyway because she came on to him, and that's who he is.
He's weak.
Yeah, so I think that's just a microcosm of her. He's going to do it, but not because he's after her, but
Yeah.
because she's after him, and he's weak.
Somebody on Patreon brought it up too. They called Don doing a lot of things he does as him being an addict, like he's a sex addict.
For sure.
I don't know if it's all addiction or if it's more impulse.
Yeah, it's no, he's it's. I
He's
think
like
it's
almost-
hardwired. I think it's hardwired deficiencies
He's
in him.
almost
Yeah,
like bipolar,
Yeah.
kind of. You know what I mean? Like he's very impulsive.
he's impulsive,
He
right?
doesn't really lose his temper that often. His mood doesn't like change like that. He's for the most part in control, but like he has got a lot of impulse issues.
Yeah, no, he does.
So-
He can't police himself
But I
at
mean,
all.
when you're drinking all day long, I mean, like,
Right.
it's safe to say. All
Yeah,
these guys are addicts.
when 70% of your fluids in your body are old fashions.
Yeah, your decision making is probably getting a little skewed.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get going here, guys.
All right. Well, yeah. If you're watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello, hello.
If you don't mind, hit the like button for us. Leave us a comment down below, and please, please, please hit the subscribe button so you can stay updated with all of our new content we've coming your way.
Yeah, thank you for bearing with us in our very long introduction there. But we haven't been here for 2 weeks, and we love this show so much. There was a lot to
recap.
talk about.
Yeah.
If you'd like to see the full reaction to this and everything else we've watched, including every other episode of Mad Men leading up to now, please check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page.
Still working, Campbell? There's no reason to show off. Cooper's in Montana, Sterling's in Jane, and Draper's on vacation.
He's not on vacation. I love this time of year. It's quiet.
It's the hottest time
It's,
of the year.
yeah, it's hot. You've been in New York in the summer? It
Yes.
is hot.
Stinky.
Yeah.
What are they doing out there?
Catching lightning bugs.
That's fun.
You should join them.
You guys ever do that as a kid?
I did, yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, go play with your kids.
Right.
Just think, right?
Where are you going now?
He wants me to fly out Tuesday night and join him in Rome.
Rome.
Wow.
Give up one then, you know?
Yeah.
yeah,
Where's his wife? Is his wife?
I'm
gone?
not. Yeah, is she like out of town for the summer or something? And he just stayed and worked?
Did she leave him?
I wouldn't think so, but I wouldn't know
He's watching cartoons, eating cereal by himself.
unless he has a place in the city.
Are you trying to get that in or out?
It's stuck.
You were for the Lawrences, right?
I'm very sorry.
What happened?
I can't tell you.
Yes, you can.
I can't.
If it's covered in blood, I'd be like, I don't want to know.
Right.
When are they coming home?
Thursday.
Give it to me.
For what?
Just give it to me.
Is he hitting on her?
I can't tell.
I can't either. Or is he just being a better guy?
Am I late?
Just in time.
We have someone who'd like to speak on our behalf.
It's a request that further study is needed. Because as you know, this project was initiated based on an assumption that the water quality of the reservoir is lacking.
I don't think that was an assumption. There was a study. May I see that letter?
I brought copies for everyone.
He's definitely into her.
Big time.
This is a lot of
Yeah.
work for a project he doesn't care
Yeah.
about.
You hereby order that development of the Pleasantville Road Reservoir be suspended until further notice.
I'd love
boy.
to buy you some coffee, but I don't think there's any place open.
I appreciate the offer, but I should be getting home.
The romantic tension is a lot higher with this guy than it is with Don.
It is.
I mean, really. He's leaning in for a kiss.
Yes. There we go.
There it is. And she's not opposed to the idea.
No.
It
Not
doesn't mean it
necessarily
goes any.
kissing
It may not
back,
go any
but yeah.
farther than that, but
Yeah.
she wasn't opposed to the idea.
Look at that. How'd it go?
It went very well. We won.
Yeah, I made out with another
You won?
dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
her mind
wow.
is
What
definitely
time
elsewhere.
are you leaving? I want to come with you. Is it too
Oh.
late?
What? No.
I can't return this. It has this stain here.
I spilled wine on it, and my wife hasn't forgiven me. And I'd really appreciate if you could get me out of the doghouse.
I don't know that we still have it.
Let me speak to the manager.
Of the entire store?
Of the Republic of Dresses. Whoever can help me with this, because you're falling short.
Whoa!
Okay, Pete.
Come on, Pete.
Got ourselves a Karen over here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Joan,
Joan.
is that
Oh.
you?
Did not expect this.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well, I don't mean to be a bother. I was just hoping someone could. It's this dress. Trudy spilled wine on it.
It is our merchandise. Must run small. I don't see Trudy in a 10.
It doesn't fit great, but she loves it.
It'll be boxed up, but I'm sure we have it.
I'm willing to pay for it, of course.
It's all taken care of.
Well, that's very generous.
Greg is just finishing up his residency. He's actually thinking about a new specialty. You know, doctors, whatever's the latest thing.
And what would that be?
Psychiatry.
Yes,
Be a
he
surgeon,
can't
be
be
a
a surgeon.
psychiatrist,
Yeah.
Don, look.
Oh wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's probably CG, but it's fine.
Right.
It's still beautiful. Yeah.
It is.
Oh, you're drinking alone. This is in Rome, not in the law, eh?
Ma è legale infastidire una donna.
Oh.
Parla molto bene l'italiano.
Morirei di piacere, morirei.
Lei non è un galantuomo.
She's enjoying that attention though.
Oh yeah.
May I join you?
Yankee, hey, go home.
An American million.
By golly, you are an indecently lucky man.
By golly, he's nutty.
He's something.
I'm not sure Don really likes him that much.
I don't think so.
I feel like there's still a rivalry there. That
He's
we haven't
not
seen
over the moon.
before. No, yeah.
Where are we going? We're going for ice cream. That's a great idea. Close your window. My hair is getting mussed. How's your day? Hey, what are you doing? Sally and Ernie sit in a tree. I said, shut up!
Whoa!
That's enough!
Well, aren't you a lucky girl?
Oh, this is
Go ahead,
quid
open
pro
it.
quo, isn't
Make
it?
sure
He's
it's
gonna
right.
hit on her now.
It's all right. It never happened. We should celebrate.
Yeah, here it is.
You are so nice. But I have my boyfriend.
Oh,
Makes it. Oh, he's back.
Oh, he got drunk.
Pete.
I hate you, Pete.
What do you want?
well, I went to a lot of trouble to solve your dress problem.
Ah,
I
this
think
is
I had
awful.
to see it. This is cozy.
I'll go get the dress.
This feels really aggressive to me.
How is everybody?
Everyone's fine. How was your trip?
It was short, but sweet.
One more thing.
Yeah, Sally.
You might want to talk to Sally. I keep talking to her about that temper.
I'm gonna go check the mail. Do you want anything?
Don doesn't want anything to do with it. This is bad father moment
It's
for Don,
really is
isn't it?
bad father moment. Yeah.
Mr. Campbell, Ed Lawrence, 14C.
Oh, yes, of course. How are you, Ed?
Is your wife at home? Let me make this quick. You know we have this German au pair working for
Yeah,
us.
this is gonna be
No,
awkward.
I didn't know that.
I know it's August and all the cats are away, but I just spent one of my precious vacation days refilling the Kleenex boxes.
I don't
Oh my
understand.
God.
Would you drop it?
Look, she looks miserable.
She looks miserable. How is he not picking up on the fact that she's very aloof?
With the
Right.
sailboat.
They're
Ladies.
sure-
Yeah,
Oh, this would be awkward.
Well,
it
hello.
is. Pete, you are a king-size dill hole.
Yep.
My little bachelor. Come over here.
Is he feeling guilty?
I think so.
I hope so.
Rightfully so.
He should.
What's wrong?
Yeah, tell her.
He should. That she should know exactly what's going on right now. Yeah, I think she does. She knows that look.
I want you to know that I think Ernie Hansen is a very nice little boy.
Oh, the kissing.
talk,
Yeah.
okay.
But I don't want you running around just kissing boys. And you don't kiss boys, boys kiss you. The first kiss is very special.
That's a bad message for mom or dad. Boys kiss you, because it just excuses what Pete did a little bit.
I was thinking that too, honestly. It
Yeah.
does rub the wrong way, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, that just means that the girls get kissed against their will.
I've made some cold salads, hearts of palm, tomatoes, olives.
Wonderful.
Do you want a drink?
No.
Are they gonna pretend like it didn't happen?
Does she know that it happened?
No, she knows. She totally knows.
Did he tell her, you think?
He didn't have to. I think when she got up and walked out of the room,
That's
she
not-
knew.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go away anymore without me.
He's actually sorry.
Wow.
Is he sorry to the au pair though?
Do you
Because I don't
think-
know.
okay.
I just think he's sorry to her.
I'm done with that. We made our stand.
Sunny Madrid. Doesn't that sound like it would do the trick?
So she's made the decision to not be with Henry. It sounds like.
I guess.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? I hate this place. I hate our friends. I hate this town.
Oh, Bets. I saw it in the gift
Right.
shop, but we were leaving, so I had Connie send it.
Then I can have something to look at when I tell the story about the time we went to Rome.
Why is she being?
Yeah,
like
look at
this?
it. He's like, what?
I just think she's reassessing. Once she kissed Henry, she's reassessing her whole life. I just don't think she's happy where she is.
Yeah.
Obviously, like she just said, I hate our friends. I hate this town.
Yeah. Hates her life.
Yeah, she hates her life.
All right, let's get into the Pete thing real fast. So, I don't know if he's actually sorry for. Okay, so it's so weird. Is he sorry because he did it? Is he sorry because he thought it was consensual, but it was not consensual? Now he feels guilty about it. I don't know. Because I feel like he was under the impression that it was consensual, but it definitely was not.
If she went through 4 boxes of Kleenex, it's definitely not. But I don't think
That
that's
is
it.
horrible.
I think he's upset that. Well, he's cheated on her before. Maybe he is upset. Maybe he does realize he did a terrible
hurt
thing.
somebody.
He hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Because he's cheated on Trudy before.
A couple times.
Yeah. And he
Couple
didn't have this reaction. So I was just saying I don't think he cares about the au pair. I think he's upset that he cheated on Trudy.
Yeah.
But he's done it before and not had a problem with it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's grown and now he realizes he shouldn't do it, but there is a chance. I don't know. People watching, what do you think? Do you think Pete understands what he did? Did he victimize somebody in a very real way, or is he just feeling guilty about cheating on Trudy because he didn't go talk to the au pair. He didn't apologize to her. He confessed to Trudy, or kind of tried to confess to Trudy. I don't know.
It's tough. This whole show is brilliant.
There's a lot of there's a lot of nuance and gray area on the show.
Ambiguity,
Yeah,
yeah.
a lot of ambiguity.
Well, one thing's for sure. Very good parallel. You had Joan being the one to fix the dress.
Right, just like she used to do at the office. She used to fix the stuff for these guys at the office.
Same thing happened to Joan. She was also a victim.
Yeah, she was.
And that's so weird. There is that knowing look almost that she gives when Pete walks away.
She seemed to know what Pete was doing. Yeah,
I kind of thought it was her contemplating like the whole "do I tell Trudy" thing, but also in a weird way, it was like a knowing look of like, Pete, what have you done, or what are you going to do?
Well, I just think she thinks Pete's sleeping with someone else.
That's right. But in terms of like the show, it was
Right.
interesting how they lingered on that shot, lingered on her for a second. You know what
Well,
I mean?
I just think it was just like a callback to her working there.
Yeah.
She's like, I've seen this dance before.
Yeah.
Like you're all of you are a bunch of cheaters.
You're all the same.
You're all the same.
You're all
right.
the same people.
Yeah.
And
She's been on all sides of that scenario.
it's just like I feel like that has to be intentional. They really did foreshadow the assault with having her there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why have her in the episode?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's really well done. Personally, I thought.
Yeah, no, for sure. It does kind of foreshadow it, right? The
Yeah.
the one intimate moment we've seen with Joan and her douchebag of a husband was an assault.
Yeah.
In the office.
Yeah. Don's office. And
yeah, it was Don's office.
The whole theme of this episode is men kissing girls, right? or men kissing women.
Right? Yeah. The idea of predatory intimacy for sure.
Yeah,
Like the guys hitting on Betty at the diner.
Yeah.
Right? They were being pigs.
Absolutely. And then you even
And
have
Betty's so used to it that she just brushed it off.
and they literally have Sally doing it.
Boys
Kiss
kiss
the boy,
right.
beats up the boy or
Right.
her brother. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's like that's exactly what it is. It's dumbed down to where children are doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the parents are no better. You know what I mean? They're doing the same things as the adults.
It's all bad behavior learned for sure.
That's
Sally was the aggressor. It's really funny that Sally kisses. I can't remember the kid's name. So, but Sally's the aggressor in that, right? The kid didn't want to be kissed.
Yeah.
And Betty's concern is no. Girls don't kiss boys. Boys kiss the girls.
Yeah.
Boys are supposed to be the aggressors and the assaulters.
She's so naive.
Yeah.
She's so naive, and like also it kind of signifies. So, does that make Betty a victim as well, or because she doesn't seem to be acting that way, but she also seems to be wanting to get away from everything. So
Right.
maybe she is. Maybe she is maybe she did not like that kiss, and maybe she wants to get away from it. Well, obviously we have to get into the next episode to tell, honestly. But I mean,
She certainly didn't.
he kissed her.
I think she was flirting, but that doesn't mean you get the touchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he definitely was the aggressor on the kiss for sure.
Yeah. And she's dissociating.
Yeah, she is very much
She
dissociating.
wants to leave everything.
She wants to leave everything.
So I think maybe
And she doesn't want to deal with Henry again.
So maybe we were reading that the wrong way. Maybe we were like the whole time we're thinking, oh, she's contemplating. We read that the wrong way. I think. I think she
she's
did not like that.
I don't think. Yeah, she might not have.
And that little pennant from Rome will be a constant reminder of it.
Yeah, right.
That's
She's
the
like
reason
every
went
time
to it.
every time I look at it, I'll remember our trip to Rome.
God, this show's
Yeah,
good,
this show's
man.
great.
We
But
just,
again,
we just figured, so disregard all of our comments about Betty in the episode because we just figured it out.
Yeah, I think that's intentional though.
Yeah.
This show is all show don't tell, right? There's a lot of nuance. There's a lot going on with the characters under the surface that you just kind of have to mine through and figure out. And you're gonna be wrong sometimes until things unfold.
There's no exposition.
But yeah, there is no exposition.
And a little bit for like as far as like the business details go, but I mean like as far as like the characters,
Nothing.
it's all show no tell.
Yeah, how many characters really have shared their feelings on this show in any real way? Almost none.
They do it like metaphorically,
Right.
almost. You know what I mean? Like through action. And God, that is the whole episode. Like the last 3 episodes have been centered around a theme, and each character goes through the same theme, right?
I'm thinking, that I think we're almost we're 3.5 seasons in, and I kind of feel like the only person that consistently says what they're really thinking, what they're really feeling, is Peggy.
Yeah.
Who we didn't get in this episode,
No.
but Peg is the only one that when she's feeling frustrated says, "I'm feeling frustrated, and here's why."
Yeah.
When I'm feeling lonely, and here's why. Like Peggy's the only one that's willing to actually be vulnerable.
And we talked about it in the episode about how this season's been more office centric.
Yeah.
Not this one.
No, not even a little bit.
Maybe and 2 minutes in the office.
Yeah.
Maybe. And
Pete at the beginning. That was really it.
that's it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I like it. We
Yeah.
talked about season 2. I love season 2.
I love season 2.
I love all the at home drama. Keep doing it.
It's such important for the narrative and the story and the characters.
It fleshes everybody out, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like I feel like we've learned a lot about.
We
Pete.
learned a lot about what kind of person Pete is, and we didn't like it in this episode.
Well, if he is truly remorseful,
Well, I mean that's a start to redemption, but
I'm not letting him off the hook.
no, of course, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think
I'm
that
just
goes
saying.
without saying that Pete was a real POS in this episode for sure.
Yeah, but look at Joan's husband who did that because
Right.
it's my wife. It's okay. You know what I mean? And
All because he was all upset,
and he was also jealous.
Right, he was jealous,
And
He was
so,
like, isn't this what guys do in here?
but he also showed no remorse
None.
at all. And
Joan has to deal with that. The
Yeah,
au pair,
constantly.
no one shows any remorse to the au pair and any concern for her. She's the one that's got to work through it all alone.
Yeah.
With a horrible thing that happened to her, not with her, to her.
to her,
That and she's got nothing she has no recourse.
and then Pete does it, and immediately is confronted with it, feels sick,
Right.
and then cries to his wife, and
Right.
then it's like, "Don't ever go away. Don't ever
Right,
go away
yeah.
without me again," and that's that speaks to it. Whether he's crying because he got caught or he's crying because he didn't realize it wasn't consensual, I don't know.
We don't know. And you know what? I think it's one of those brilliant things in the show, like everything else, that we're not going to really know where Pete is with this until we just let it unfold through future episodes.
And I'm
What kind
really-
of person is Pete now?
Yeah, we know that he's not. I mean, he's not a great guy. Obviously, we know that. But at the same time, he's not the worst character in the show in
No,
terms of
no.
like morality goes. You know what I mean? I mean, he's loyal.
Yeah, all these people are very rounded, and most of them have a lot of things to hate about them.
Yeah, all of them. Even Don.
Even Dawn,
Even
for
Don,
sure.
And he's going through it now too. I mean, he looks miserable for one. This whole episode, Don is just going through the ringer, and it's
Right.
interesting because like he signed that contract. Now
And,
he
and
has
now
to go.
and now he's flying around
world.
the world where Connie tells him to go because it's his job. Yeah, and then there's no tough talk because he can't just have a foot out the door anymore.
Can't even enjoy rubbing with his wife.
Yeah.
Are you up yet? Did I wake you? No, I'm up. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
That sucks. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where the show's going, but I think it's headed to
I-
some sort of implosion within Dawn.
Yeah, I would, if I were a betting person, I would wager money that by season 7, Dawn and Betty will not be married. I don't know where or how or when that happens,
Yeah.
but I don't feel like these two people belong together.
I mean, even in their like sex scene, it didn't feel there was something just off. Like it was intimate, but at the same time, it was awkward.
Yeah, but remember, they had to play strangers to even make it work.
Yeah.
They couldn't even be themselves with each other.
I know they're so done with one another.
Yeah, they're so done with one another. He had to pick her up as a stranger and role play in a bar.
And it's weird because like the next morning they're in Rome. She wants him to stay in bed. She's there. She's happy. She
He's
gets
gotta get up,
naked. She
right.
goes in the bathroom with him. But at the same time, they're back home, and it's just like,
Yeah, I gotta go to work. I gotta go.
Yeah.
You order whatever you want.
yeah. And I don't think she's happy with that. I think she wants someone that's going to
I don't
travel
think
with
any
her
of them are. Yeah.
and pay more attention to her. You know, I don't think Dawn can do that.
I don't know. We'll see. I think at the same time, to give Dawn a little bit of credit, Betty is awfully high maintenance because
For sure.
she's got a very lavish lifestyle that
She
she
does.
is used to and needs. And I'm sorry, but someone's gonna have to work to make that happen for her.
And her father told her, "I've spoiled you. I've babied
Yeah.
you for so long.
Right.
Now it's time to be an adult." And too little, too late.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see where we're heading moving forward.
Me too.
All right, we'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See you guys.